And Paul, to be fair to Paul has been consistent. He's been consistently wrong. He's been consistently barracking for the Chinese ahead of, Australia's national interest, which is very disappointing. But what we've seen from Albo, what we've seen from Richard and Penny is a very, very significant outcome where we're getting the subs that we need. We're getting subs that will provide protection for our sea lanes. I mean, for Paul Keating to suggest that this is really just a dispute about, on the doormat of China, in the Taiwanese Straits is really unfortunate, because what the Chinese have done is broken international law. It's been rejected in the international courts. They have no claim to the South China Sea. None, zero, absolutely none, Paul. And that's 70% of our trade goes through there. And then, Paul, what have you got to say about, paying the Solomon Islands to build a defence base on Australia's doormat? That's got nothing to do with the US, Paul. It's about a direct threat to Australia's national interests. And so when you just see him, flicking away concerns about Uyghurs, the gay and lesbian community in China, the plight of the suppression of the Hong Kong people, the intimidation of Vietnam, the intimidation of Japan, the intimidation of the Philippines. I mean, this is a China-based problem. It's not an Australian problem. Albo and Penny and Richard have been forced by Chinese belligerence to make these decisions in Australia's national interests. And then for him to not even understand that Australia is under attack every single day from China through their cyber hacking, their cyber infiltration of Australian companies, Australian businesses, Australian homes, Australian governments. I mean, I could go on and on and on, just saying to Paul Keating, why don't you talk about what China's been doing, Paul? Please, that takes courage. You're a man of great courage normally. Why don't you talk about China on those things?